Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. It is such a beautiful day outside. I just want to let you guys know today I'm happy. I got my co-host here today and a very, very special guest. Again, I'm Dr. Thelma Scott. I'm the founder and host of Safe Communities. And what we do is we help kids to go to college and we help kids to stay in college, right? Safe Communities is a one-stop shop. The kids can grow up in the program. And we're so excited about our little dreamers. They're from our pre-K to college. So if you like to be a part of our organization, see that QR code on there, give us a donation. QR code is on the screen, or you can go to our website, www.safe4communities.org. So at this time, I'm going to let my co-host say something. But before we go there, I did tell you about the wonderful day outside, but you guys have to remember one thing always, that tomorrow is not promised to any of us.
Not.
So I always tell somebody, hello, good morning. You know, they may not speak, but at least you did. And smile. Always smile, right? Because you never know what people are going through, because mental health is really, and mental health is for real. And we'll talk about that at the end. Okay, Dr. Allen, you can just take it away. Introduce her guest.
Good morning to everyone out in Radio Land. And I just want to say that I am excited to be here this morning.
Yes.
To be a co-host with Dr. Scott. And I'm also very excited because we have a very exciting guest this morning.
Yes.
To
one
hear
of our
talk
old,
about
old friends.
One of our dear friends, yes. And she's going to be talking to us a little bit about domestic violence, and I will allow her to introduce herself.
Okay.
I'm Dr. Brenda Simmons
Okay.
of Sugar Baby 24-Hour Safe Place Services.
Okay.
We are a nonprofit, a 501c3 that works with families of domestic violence. We concentrate on children of domestic violence because we believe that the children are the silent victims. Mm-hmm. We work with families. We concentrate on keeping families together. Mm-hmm. But our mission is helping children have a sense of normalcy in life.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, tell us about what has been going on lately, because I know that last week they had two of domestic violence, and have two domestic violence going on last week.
On the news, you talking
on the news, yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's every day, basically.
Yeah, we have it every day. Yes. We've been getting a lot of calls. Most of the calls that we've been getting is from juvenile.
Okay.
Teen dating and abuse.
Yes, but they don't know, but you need to know that youth, domestic violence is real.
Yes.
And I'm at the schools all the time, and it's real. So that's another thing. It is.
That's a subject that we want to touch on.
Right.
When it comes to juvenile and dating,
Right.
They think it's normal that their parents, mom was slapped or abused by her boyfriend, so it's normal. Mm-hmm. They saw their father abuse their mother or their grandmother, so they think that it's normal.
Right.
But they don't know that mental illness is real.
It's real. And they be suffering with hidden mental illness. Mm-hmm. So it's very important for our mothers and fathers to pay attention to the young girls, and also the boys as well, to they pay attention to what's going on, because that's very, very important.
It is.
To know. Because
So could I ask you a question, Dr.
Go ahead.
Simmons? Everybody pretty much that has nonprofit organization, they have some deep affiliation or some compassion as to reason why they're they're with this particular organization.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you, why did you start? What motivated you, and how did Sugar Baby 24-Hour Safe Place Services come into existence?
We started our organization because, excuse me, being a child of domestic violence, being a silent victim.
Right. Okay.
When all of the violence went on, seeing my sister murdered at the age of 15, everyone came over and they comforted the adults.
Right.
Because they knew the adults were
suffering
in pain. They needed the sympathy, the condolences. But when it came to the juvenile, the children, I guess they expected we would grow out of it.
Right.
You know, we would be okay. But we took those wounds with us and grew up. As, you know, we got older, it manifested and continued. So my thing.
So let me ask you a question. I'm sorry. You said your sister was killed at 15. So was that youth domestic violence?
Well, I was 15. She was 32.
Oh, she was 32. Okay, you as a 15-old child, you telling her the drama that you went through as a 15-year-old child. Okay, go ahead. Okay.
Yes. So I was a silent victim.
Right. Okay.
You know, I couldn't tell anyone how I felt because I didn't know how to express it.
Right.
I couldn't talk to anyone because I didn't know how.
Right,
You know, all I could say is that my sister passed away.
Right.
You know, she was murdered.
Right.
But
By her husband?
by her living boyfriend.
By her living boyfriend. Oh, okay.
Right. So being that I didn't want any other child to feel that way as I got older,
Right.
I kept that going. I started working with juvenile as I got older. Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club. You know, you start somewhere. If you want to save the world, you got to start somewhere. You know, your cape and everything has to come on.
Right. It has.
So, that's where I started at. I started when she was injured and she was taken away from us.
Right. Okay.
I knew I had to do something to try to help the world.
Right.
Because for him to murder her,
Right.
he had to be going through something mentally.
Right.
So
That's some mental issues.
right. That's why we try to tell the girls
Right.
and teach the girls things that they should do to watch for the signs of mental illness
Right.
that leads to domestic violence.
And why is it that a lot of these women feel like, I deserve this? He loves me.
Right.
Love does not hurt.
No, it doesn't.
So how do they make the translation into feeling like that he loves them by beating on them? What makes them that?
Their self-esteem.
They're talking.
I can-
Yeah. Their self-esteem is very, very low.
Very low.
So it's very low self-esteem.
They don't know their self-worth.
You don't understand
Right.
what-
And it's a process. I think it's a way that they groom these women. You know, they start.
Yes. And it also starts with home, you know, because if you uplift your child and you put her on a pedestal
Right.
to where no man can tear her down, no man can touch her. Or no woman can touch him, because I have men who are victims of domestic violence as well.
Right.
So, you know, it's all the thing that goes along with domestic violence is tearing down a person's psyche,
Right.
You
right.
know.
Okay. Yes. That's,
controlling their mind.
right.
Yeah.
And that's why they get caught up in this domestic violence.
Yes. And end up marrying Chucky, Freddy Krueger,
Right.
and having the bride of Chucky.
But you know, the ones that, but the ones, some of the guys that do domestic violence have seen their father, do that, and they taken on that same identity as their fathers, right, by abusing their spouse and their
Right.
girlfriend. So
Right.
that's very important. So you have to know what their mindset is, because if they are controlled by their boyfriend or their husband, they're going to be able to do it. And they're going to let them keep coming back and keep coming back, right?
And
Or
I
said,
was
do
at
it.
her event back in October.
Right, okay.
And it was really touching. I mean, I really didn't realize how serious. I mean, I knew it existed,
Right.
but the severity of it, I really didn't understand it.
Right, okay.
And I was listening to some of the women as they were giving their testimonies as
Right.
how Dr. Simmons has helped them to be able
Right.
to escape, to get to,
Right.
get help and get out of the situation.
Get out of it, right, yeah.
I was just really dumbfounded to see how these men, they tear their self-esteem down. They
Right.
tell them that nobody else will want them,
Right.
and then they'll hold money. You don't have a job, so
Right.
nobody else is
Financial
going to take you.
abuse.
And they feel like that they need them, right?
Exactly.
For their financials, for
Yes.
them and for their kids. So,
But I tell all women, I say, get a man because you want one, not because you need him.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that's my thing. You don't have to have a man, not just to say you
Right.
need him.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Be independent.
Be independent.
Be self-sufficient.
Right. That's
And get one if you want one, if he's treating you right.
Right.
But not somebody that's going to belittle you, tear your self-esteem down. And I just don't like that.
Right. I know. Brenda, let me ask you a question. When these young women, I know that they're in secluded areas, you can't tell where they are. But one thing that I was asking, because, you know, Cynthia and I, and also with Chris, that's our breast cancer host, do you know if the ladies that's there are getting help with having their breast exams?
No, ma'am. They're not getting any help.
Not at all.
No, ma'am. A lot of them are being trafficked here.
Okay.
A lot of them are from other states. I mean,
Okay.
we get called. I've gotten calls from Nova Scotia.
Okay, really.
We've had women trafficked from Haiti.
Okay.
I mean, I've gotten. It's just there's no health care.
Right.
None whatsoever.
Well, no, they might not know help, because I know, you know, that my sister helps a lot of them. She's the director for the human trafficking for Harris County Precinct 1. But I know she help a lot of them, but they have to know what the help is.
They have to know where to go get the help.
Get the help, yeah, because there's help out there. She does, and I think Dr. Conte does it as well. They don't know where to go and get the help. But it's help out there, but they got to be able to call the people before they can help them. Right, because there's help out there. Because I know those two organizations that I work with closer with them is that I work with you. But there's help out there, right?
Yeah.
Yes, there's help.
But they got to know that there's help out there, and maybe those women's in yours or either Dr. Conte's or whatever, you know, they can try to figure out a way to help those ladies. Because I'm big on breast cancer, right? I'm big on breast cancer, and I think that women's at least 30 need to have
A mammogram.
a mammogram. I came down with breast cancer when I was 30 years old, but I wasn't even old enough to have a mammogram. So it's very important that these women that in this that they're holding, you know, that's in domestic violence and they in different locations. But I feel like there's some way that they can work with, and I think Chris, I think if they would let her be a part, I think she can get these women some testing, because, you know, breast cancer is killing women like.
Yes, it is.
Every day. And it's a lot of black women that die with breast cancer. So that's early detection means a lot. And that's what Chris and I talk about. And Chris and I, when the session on next year, we're going to be in Austin. We're going to be spending a lot of time in Austin meeting with the insurance commissions, right? Because that's where you start there, because they don't pay. You get one exam a year, right?
Right.
If you want two, then you have to go do it yourself, right? So I went for my yearly checkup. My breast cancer was already in the second stage, right? So that's very important that you, if you can afford. So that's when the women's not going to be able to afford to. But if they get in contact with the Rose and with Chris, you know, she can help them to do that. So I would advise that you kind of stay with, kind of connect with Chris.
Right.
With Dr. Chris Nobles. Yeah, kind of connect with her, because Chris has a lot of information, stuff that can help them with, right? And she always leave this flyer here with me.
Okay.
Things I want you to know, right? And this is things that she want the women's, the young women's, right? Because they diagnosed, I think, a couple of young girls that was in their 20s. So it's important that you know, and I hope you know about the Rose. So I'm going to pass this to you, Dr. Simmons, for you can keep it, but you can give it to some of the women. You can make some copies of that, because that's very important to know. Yeah, we big on breast cancer, working collaborative partner with the Rose, and we also big on, since I'm going to tell you about, on this mental health, right?
Yes.
We're big on it, right, you guys? Because the kids are suffering in silence. That's good they don't talk about it. So you have to be able to recognize the sign when a student is suffering in silence. And that's what I did my training for, to know that something is wrong, right? And parents need to know that these cell phones, they need to take them away from the kids. These cell phones keep these kids in just so depressed, and they have anxiety, right? They won't know how many likes you got or how many on
They
Instagram.
don't know how to function
They don't
outside
function,
of
right.
the technology.
And they hold phone, the technology is taking over, right? And when I said, well, how many likes? I don't care about no likes. That don't mean nothing. But your life is that they're like that they cannot be away from that phone.
That's right.
Right? Mm-hmm. They cannot be away from that phone. And when my grandkids come around me, I said, better put the phone down. You come over to visit me, you're going to visit me, and I'm put the phone down. Take them out your hand, put them away. I don't want to see them.
You know, back in the day when we were younger, when we were coming up as kids, you know, our parents would tell us, y'all go outside and play. Now you tell a child to go outside and play, they're going to look at you like,
You're
It's
right.
crazy.
Yeah.
But it is.
Yeah, they don't know what to do.
I'm so glad they take cell phones out of they take cell phones out of schools. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
That's because I'm at this campus a lot, right? And they own it, and they own it. So doing their homework, they own it. They own the phone. They're looking at it. They're scrolling, give me anxiety. But that's something that they are. I think whoever is putting this out or whatever bill it is, I think it's good because I know that my daughter was telling me about last year, 2 young girls, I don't know what state they was in, but their mom took their phone for them and they tried to kill her.
That's right. I saw that.
They tried to kill the mama because she took the phone. But she turned the internet off. Mm-hmm. Right, turned the internet off. So you see how dangerous that is, how it's becoming? Mm-hmm. These phones are becoming dangerous, right? If you is really mental ill, if you try to kill your mom because you want to be on that social media. Mm-hmm. Social
it's
media.
Like it's a drug.
It's like it's a drug. It's like it's draining.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, baby, I might answer this phone 2 times a day. And put it in my purse. That's where it's gonna be because I'm not a phone person. And if you got something scrolling, I'll be having anxiety. And nothing on there I want to look at. The thing I want to look at, my students that does social media, they'll let me know. Dr. Scott, so and so on social media. This is no, it's just not. But if you see the elders always got in their hands, what do you think the kids gonna do? Mm-hmm. So I'm just saying, for me, I think that the elders should put the phones down sometime. If they put the cell phone down sometime, maybe the kids will put the cell phone down sometime. You can have this time out, right?
Them kids ain't gonna do that.
No phones, no phones for a day. You know, like you. Yeah. That could be something you fast on, right? Because I know at my church at Lakewood, they give us something to fast or something that you love. Fast, and I said, well, fast, they should be fast away from the phone. Can they stay away from the phones for a whole day? Can they? But that's important. I could stay away from the phone for a whole week, right? I left my phone a couple of weeks ago, and my granddaughter's called her 2 days. Said, no, where it is? You ain't answer your phone? I said, you know what? I feel good. I didn't want to answer, right? I didn't have it, though, but anyway, didn't want to answer. But I think parents need to check themselves, right? So if they stay off the phone sometimes and have time out in your family, in your house, have time out, right? You have time out, nobody's on the phone, or when you're having dinner together around the table, then you'd have time out. No phones, right? No phone. Because phone get kids in a lot of trouble.
Well, actually,
right?
you're right about that because I think parents, they do need to monitor
right.
these kids on their phones and what sites they're actually going to.
Because
that's how a lot of
the
these
dark
kids,
web or whatever they call it, black web or dark web.
But that's how a lot of these kids are getting sex trafficked.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because they be on that dark web, they be on the webs, and these men be looking for them. That's what they search. So I think parents really, really needs to monitor their kids on the phone.
Yeah.
And I don't think no kid, if they're not 17, I don't even think they should have a phone. These little kids got phones, they don't need them. That's my opinion, right?
Starting a whole
I don't have any kids in high school. Mm-hmm. All of my grandkids are grown, so all of my grandkids are grown. So I'm saying is that, but they need to monitor them, even though there are some of these kids that's coming out of college, and coming out of high school, 18 years old, they just on that phone. So sometimes the kids cannot function in college because they're on the phone so very much. And I tell them, stay off the phone sometime. Have you, when you say time out, I'm not going to answer my phone 4 or 5 hours. Put your phone down. Give a break from it. That's so important. So I try to tell mine that whether they do it or not, but I tell them because they're in college, right? Once they go to college, they graduate from high school, they're grown, right? So you can tell them. That don't mean they're going to follow, but you can tell them to put your phone down, give you a time out with the phone, right? And that helps your mental health, right? It helps their mental health because that is troubling on those kids' mind, worrying about that phone or what somebody said or what somebody did.
Right.
So Yeah, that is so.
So let me
and
ask
it's a
you,
lot of
Dr.
kids.
Simmons, do you get calls from children or just
Teens.
teens?
Teenagers, yes.
Teens?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we get a lot of calls.
Uh-huh.
It's I even get calls when mom and dad are arguing.
Really?
And
Oh, really?
the children, I'm sorry, kids might call
Right,
just to have somebody to talk to.
right.
Well,
So I know there are you are a 24-hour.
Right.
So when they're calling,
That you need to talk to
how
them,
do
Michael.
you how do you counsel them? And
Right.
the parents are there at the house as well.
I talk to them just like I'm.
But they
a grandma.
parents probably don't know that they're on the
That's
phone.
why I
Right,
was
they
saying
don't
the
know.
parents probably don't know.
No,
No,
they-
And
probably a lot of times they don't know.
Right,
But
okay.
I did run across a situation where the little kid handed the mother the phone, and she got on the phone and started talking to me.
Okay.
So that was last
About her
year.
fighting, so how it upset her.
Yeah.
And the abuser
yeah.
was there?
Yeah. Yeah. And I recommended to them
Right.
that they receive family counseling.
Right.
They didn't have to get it with an organization we knew, but they needed to get it as a whole or with the school, but it was really hurting the family. I mean, the child.
Okay.
And when the mother realized that the child was talking to me, because I was talking to him like a grandmother.
Right. okay.
Because I told him it was going to be okay because I could hear him in the background arguing.
Right. Okay.
And she wanted to know who he was talking to.
right.
And he handed her the phone, and it was me.
Right. So you talked to
I
her.
don't know if she had called me before or my number was in her phone.
Right.
But I don't know how he got to me, but he did.
But you was there to comfort them, right?
Yeah, that was I think that's what all I was needed for was comfort.
Right.
And a lot of times I get a lot of that. People just wanting to talk. So I do a lot of talking.
So what are some of the shelters that you have partnered with as to
Right.
where you actually place the women? And sometimes when the shelters are full, what do you do in a situation like that?
Well, I try to work hard with the shelters because it's really difficult to put people in hotels all the time.
Right. Okay.
So what we do is we work hard with the shelters, and if and we go off of police reports
Okay.
because we'll get a million calls
Right.
with people saying they need help
That they
or
need-
they need a place to lay their heads. We're not a hotel. You
Right.
know, we're not a B&B, so we have to.
So you also partner with different hotels to help you out too.
Yes.
Right? Oh, that's
Yes.
awesome. That's awesome.
So
you have them to go get a police report. Why?
because I need to make sure that the abuser is not going to come back and put everyone else that has helped them in danger. Yeah, we
Okay.
had an incident where a crisis manager, a crisis worker was being texted by the abuser's boyfriend.
Okay.
So, it's a lot that we have to go through
Right.
when we deal with helping.
All right. Okay.
Especially when it comes to alcoholism.
Okay. If they're alcoholic, that's
Yeah.
that's
another
kind of
problem.
tough. Kind of tough.
Yeah. And drug abuse. When it
Right.
comes to drug abuse
And
and
being on the
alcoholism.
drug, yes.
One thing about it, we partnered with Santa Maria Hostel.
Okay.
That's a facility that helps women and which takes the children.
Right, okay.
And they let the family stay together.
Oh,
Right.
that's wonderful. That's
Yeah, that's
What-
wonderful. Don't separate them. That's good. They
Right.
stay together. Right.
We've partnered with Mission of Yahweh.
What is it called?
Mission of Yahweh.
Do you have that information with you so we can give them numbers and
No,
stuff?
I don't. I'm just going off my head.
Okay,
Off my
okay.
list that's in my brain.
Okay.
Because these are the
Okay.
people that I use all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. Go ahead.
But I can forward the list to you.
Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
But we can
'cause-
have it on. Have it for our show next time.
Yes.
Okay.
Mission of Yahweh, Sarah's house. I work
Okay.
with them a lot.
Okay.
These are the people that are normally open, but Mission of Yahweh.
Okay.
They'll only take a woman,
Right.
and the daughter has to be a daughter,
Right.
and they have to be under the age of 10.
Okay.
So And you will be able to stay there for 90 days.
Okay, 90 days.
And they help you get a job.
Okay.
That's the program that we've helped them constitute, which we help women. We send the women there, help them get a job, get them into the independent living program. Once they're in the independent living program, we try to help them get affordable housing, which if it's not with the housing authority, we try to find them jobs that will make sure one check will pay for your rent. Right. Okay. And we've also partnered, which we haven't used him just yet this year, but Mattress Mac, he has a school that teaches, CNA and hazmat. So he's left an open invitation for us to come there and send some of our candidates.
We did them on Saturday night.
Okay, some of our people there to, use his facilities, and he won't charge.
Right.
To send them
for them to
school.
come and stay there.
That's
Right.
awesome.
Well, that's great.
So we have a few people that we use, but the Houston Area Women's Center is the one we use the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Well, since with that, move on because this month is what?
Black History Month.
Black. So, Ms. Brenner, can you tell us who is your favorite Black History person? Legend, the Black History legend.
My favorite Black History legend was Jesse Owens.
Okay, tell us a little about Jesse Owens.
Jesse Owens was one of the infamous track runners.
Oh, okay.
And he was one of the people that I
got a chance to meet him?
No, I didn't. I was
Too young.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I did get a chance to meet. Well, I was in track, so I got a chance to meet Carl Lewis, Evelyn Ashford, and all of those great track runners. But it was Jesse Owens, and he was just he set the stage for me.
Is he still living?
No, he's been dead a long time ago.
A long time ago, but he was a legend.
He was a legend.
A track
I thought
runner.
she was gonna say Wilma Rudolph.
Well, I played her in a school play.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Okay, Dr. Allen, tell us who's your favorite legend, Black History
My
legend.
favorite legend.
Because I got a couple of them. But anyway.
Well, I do too.
Okay.
Outside of everybody's favorite, Martin Luther King, Barack Obama.
Barack Obama. Okay.
Yes, I love Barack Obama and Michelle Obama.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I do.
What do
I
you-
like
what
everything
do
that
you-
they stand for.
What do you know about him?
I know that he was the 44th president of the United States.
Yes. Okay.
I know that Donald Trump don't like him. That's why I love him.
Well, let me tell you why I like him and Michelle Obama. I love them because back in 2012, I was nominated for award for Kids with Disabilities for an award. I didn't get the award, but I was nominated. I got a chance to go to the White House and hang out with everybody else. And also, I got nominated by Michelle Obama for the award that she had, Women's of Worth. Right?
Okay.
So I got a
Awesome.
chance to do that. So we may not ever get another black president, but I can't say I was nominated by both of them. So that's why that I love them as well. But I have others that I love. Who you guys know that my two favorite is Barbara Jordan and Congresswoman Michelle Jackson Lee.
Oh, absolutely.
But my story about Barbara Jordan, I met her back when I worked for the police department. I was communications supervisor at the police department. I was going to school in Austin to be a DPS officer, right? So I wanted to meet Barbara Jordan. And that day, I told everybody, I said, I'm not going to lunch with y'all all day. I said, I'm going over to University of Texas. I said, I'm going over there and I'm going to meet Barbara Jordan, right? So by the time I went over there and parked and went in there, and they told me what her classroom was. That's what she was coming out of the classroom in a wheelchair. And I told her, I said, my name is Thelma Scott. I said, and you're one of my heroes. You know, I said, I wanted to ask you a question and see if you could give me some advice on it. She said, well, okay, you got 2 minutes. I said, okay. So I told her I wait for the police department. I told her I wanted to be the first black DPS woman officer, right? And so, and I told her I was going to school for it, right? And I told her I was having a hard time because I was working and going to school full time, right? Police work is not good, right? So I was telling her I was having a lot of problems with the officers where I work, right? Because I was only this little black one there. So she said, Well, let me tell you what you do. Anything you do it. Right? Don't procrastinate on nothing you do. If you want to do it, then you do it. You will. Right? And that was like breath to me to know. And then I came back and I told everybody, so, hey, I met Barbara Jordan while I was in Austin. They said, no, you didn't. I didn't get a chance to get no picture of her because she was on her way out somewhere. But anyway, I met her. And it was so amazing after was dealing with breast cancer. I became very, very ill. So my husband had to bring me here to Houston to the hospital with my breast cancer. And then I got a chance to meet her wonderful, amazing sister, Rosemary McGowan. She's amazing. And my husband and I asked her, so he knows Barbara Jordan was my hero. So we met her sister and we told her that we wanted to name our organization after Barbara Jordan. And that was back in 2000, right? But we didn't meet her until 2012. And she gave us the authorization to use the Barbara Jordan name as long as we wanted to use it. And I got it in writing, okay? So I just wanted to say that. But also, the Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee was one of my legend heroes as well, because my organization started in her office. She pushed me a lot. You know, we would fight. She'd make me mad sometimes, but anyway, it was all good. But I loved her on that May before she died in July. But that May before she died, she had called me, and she always said, "Hello, dear," but she wouldn't say nothing else, right? And then I called Urobi. I said, "What does the Congresswoman want?" Because she wants something. I said, she wants something. So Urobi said, well, she wants you to come to over on 11th Street where the veteran wall over there.
Oh, yeah.
Where she does a memorial. She does it every May. So I said, girl, I'm taking this radiation treatment with this radiation with breast cancer. I said, I can't be out in no sun. I said, I don't feel good. Then she coming back. She called me 3 times, right there. So Urobi said, well, she just said you can come. You don't have to get in the sun. She just wants you to be here. I said, okay. Since she called me 3 times, so come. So I came, and I didn't have no idea that she wanted to honor me, right, for my work that I do with kids with disabilities, and know that I was a woman with a disability. So it really, really touched my heart to know that before she passed away, she was able to honor me. And Sandra, she honored Sandra too. Sandra Scott and I went, so I got Sandra to drive me. I said, take me over here on this 11th Street to this event the Congresswoman had about. She didn't call me 3 times. I said, because that means she want me to come, so I went. But it was amazing. So there, my heroes, Barbara Jordan, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, and also my friend for 35 years, also Sylvester Turner.
Oh, absolutely.
Sylvester Turner was a close friend. He was friends with my husband, right? So before we ever moved to Houston, we lived in Dabang. We used to come down here and campaign for Sheila and the mayor.
And I used to campaign for Sylvester too.
Did you campaign for him? He campaign for him.
Downtown.
And I know when he won, I said, he always sponsors scholarship, and I'm gonna continue. Well, anybody help me? I'm continuing to have a scholarship named after the late Barbara Jordan, the late Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, and the late Sylvester Turner. Right. Those are ours that the kids need to know about. So we talk about them a lot.
They were huge supporters financially.
And in my office, we even have a Barbara Jordan room in our office.
Wow.
Keep her legacy alive. On the wall, I got a tree. Next time I'm going to have some pictures for I can have Dr. Fumo to show the pictures while we're talking, right? Because all this month, we're going to talk about Black history. There's a lot of people we can talk about, right?
Absolutely.
So when you come next week, bring some names. We're going to be talking about
next
legend.
week I'll probably talk about Maya Angelou. She's one of the
Oh,
that I like too.
yes.
I love her.
I love her. And that's mean that we need to teach our kids that, because my kid asked me the other day, this is, well, she's not a kid, she's grown. What is our world is going to look like in 20 years, right? I said, you know what?
Question.
I said, you know what? I said, Jazz, I really don't even know. That is a good question. Good question. I said, you made me think about that. Jazz, my granddaughter's going to pray for you. I said, you know what? That's going to be an essay I need to have the kids. What do you think in your mind? You know, have an imagination in mind. What do you think the world is going to look like in 20 years, right? She said, Mimi, I hope you still be living. I said, well, okay. Call it up as it is, right? Call it up. Yeah. She said, how can you, what are your thoughts? Right then, when she asked me, she caught me off guard, right? So I couldn't think what do you think the world? She said, maybe what do you think the world gonna look like in 20 years? I don't know. Now, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna ask my staff that, and I'm gonna ask them on next week that. What do you guys think the world is gonna look like in the next 20 years?
Scary thought. It really is a scary thought. I mean, because
what you think, Dr. Brenda? At 20 years,
where we are now, in 20 years from now,
it's gonna be 2045, right?
Do you see we progressing, or do you see us going
backwards, or what? What do you see in 20 years?
I just want to see.
You just want to be here.
You just want your eyesight, huh? What you think, Dr. Allen?
Well, if we continue to go on the road that we're going right now,
right,
I think we're going to head to hell on a sliding board.
Right.
But if we get some new people in office,
right,
and we get more people to take voting seriously, we can make a whole lot of changes.
Right.
Because right now, a whole lot of changes need to be made.
But a whole lot of people need to get up and get out and
They
vote.
need
I don't
to
know
get
why.
out and vote.
I don't know why to vote. But you know, yes, I do.
That's very
I know
important.
back when I first started the organization in 2020, and it's time to vote out. And I used to work the polls. I don't do that anymore. And I would tell the people about how it's so important to vote. So we had, I remember the TOPS. Sandra and we had got a grant from TOPS. And the grant was to go and pick up senior citizens in the area, over in the 5th Ward and 3rd Ward area, and take them to vote, right? It's amazing. It blew our mind. We had went to this nursing home, right? And we were giving out snacks. We gave them snacks and all to get on the bus. So there was one lady there, and she looked at really, really sad. And she said, I don't know anything about voting. So I say, well, come on, let's take you to vote. And she was at the time, this is about 5-6 years ago, so she probably was 70 years old, right? It's been about 5 years ago. She said, well, I never voted in my life. She said, she said, I never voted. I say, you 70 years old, you never voted? She said, no, baby. She said, because I've always been taught that my vote don't count. That they're going to do what they want to do anyway, so it doesn't count. So I just didn't vote. I never have. That's what I've been taught all my life, to not vote.
That's where education
because my
comes
vote
in.
do not count. Listen, I got so upset because I never met nobody at 70 years old never voted. So we got back on the van and I was crying. So here go Kendra and Sandra. Girl, are you crying? Are you crying? The woman told you she's not voting. You crying? I said, because that hurt my heart, right?
Yeah, I know.
You know, this lady is my age. And she was saying, well, I never voted in my life. She said, because I've been taught that my vote don't count. How many people do you think like her?
There's a lot.
Because they've been programmed.
They've been programmed.
And that's what they want, the other opponents want.
That hurt me so bad because they didn't do anything.
Feel like your vote
Because
does not count.
the rest of her, the vote was time, because it was a couple days before the voting time to vote. And I said, I said, this hurt my heart because I've never met a person at that age, 70 years old, has never voted in their life.
But you know what, Ms. Scott?
Right.
There is a thing now that is really no reason why a person should not vote, because even if you're sick, if you're elderly, they have a thing called mail-in.
Yeah, mail-in ballot.
You can do that.
But she ain't known about it. She had never registered. Right.
So, that might be something, might need to be taken up. Go to nursing home and help people sign up to vote.
In the nursing home vote. But listen, then we stopped on the corner. We said all these young guys hang around on the corner, right, hanging around smoking. And so me and Sandra got out and asked them, have y'all voted? No. We don't vote.
Right.
We don't vote. Young men, 18, 19, 20, 27, we don't vote.
They've been programmed
to not vote.
Right.
These were young black men. We don't vote. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
People in office going to do what they want to vote, so why do we need to vote?
It takes one person to plant a seed
Right.
in our community.
That's right.
Right.
And it takes one to
Right.
carry it, and that one
Right.
will carry it and spread it amongst the whole
Yes.
community.
Right. Uh-huh.
And that one community,
Right.
that whole community,
Right.
will just dwindle down.
Right.
And it's so sad because we as a people
Right.
should be uplifting each
Exactly.
other
Right.
instead of taking
Tearing us down.
Right, taking those steps to tear each other down.
And
That
going
one-
there to say, come on, let me take you to vote.
But then they
Right,
want to
right.
complain about things not changing.
Right.
But
Right.
if you don't vote, then things are never going to change.
But those are the main ones complaining.
exactly.
The ones who
Exactly.
don't vote.
The
Right.
ones that don't vote.
And the lady that I was saying that never voted in her life, and she said, you know what, they need to fix these potholes over here. These potholes over here, going to the nursing homes are potholes. And I told her, I said, ma'am, I said, you cannot complain about that because you have no voice. She said, yes, I can. I tell them every day. I said, but you don't vote. So that means you have no voice.
That's right.
You vote for voice. I said, there's nothing no one can ever take away from you is your voice to vote.
Exactly. You can sit up there and,
And
say
she said the
all
next
day
year
long.
she was going to go and buy. I didn't follow up with her. I should follow with. She said she was going to register to vote. And the next year she's going to register to vote. I said you have to have a voice to complain about anything.
That's
you
right.
can't go to city council or you can't go to the congressman's office or go to your senator and say this is happening and I want you to do this. No, you don't have a voice. You're not a voter.
Your power is in voting.
Your power is in voting. Yes, ma'am. I told you your power was in voting. So she said, now I understand a little bit better, Miss Scott. I understand. I said, yes, you have to vote. That's important. No one can take that away from you. It's your vote and vote. Because our ancestors died
That's right.
for the
us
right
to
for
have
us to
that
vote.
right to
Right.
vote.
Didn't they die for us?
Exactly.
Is that right? Right?
They went through so
So
much.
I'm telling you
They
today, if
did.
anyone out there listening, please vote. It's so important that you go and vote. Your voice count. Don't let no one tell you that your voice do not count, or your voice count. Every voice count. At one voice, and take someone else with you, and tell them to go and vote. Right?
If
'Cause it's so
everybody would
important.
take one person.
If everybody would take one person to the polls, oh girl, we would be.
Oh, yeah.
It would be amazing.
and
if
then
one
if you
person.
know senior citizens that cannot go get out, if you know people that are
Right.
ill
Take
that
'em.
cannot, there's a such
This
thing.
is
It's
a
called
message.
mail-in voting.
This is a message for us today.
Yeah.
To tell them, just take one person. If you can take one person to
Please.
the polls,
It's very important.
it's so important that we all vote. Let your voice be heard. Please vote. It's so important. And I'm looking for these mothers and dads. When your child turned 18, take them to get registered to vote.
That's right.
My granddaughter just turned 18, but guess what? She's going to vote. I don't have to worry about that because her mom going to make sure she vote, right? It's her decision, whoever she vote, just as long as she
Just as
vote.
long as you vote.
You don't tell
That's
them
right.
how to vote. Just take them to vote because it's their job to know what's going on with each one of the voters, and that's very, very important. You have to learn. And I know that it's a lot going on with the voting, and I was a little confused. I'm not going to lie. It's because I'm trying to get rid of this flu because I had a pneumonia during Christmas. I was sick, you guys. So I was confused because for 35 years, I've been in the 18th Congressional District, right? I voted ever since I've been in Houston. I voted 18th Congressional District, right? So, but I wasn't paying attention to what really was going on, right? But now that I know I'm not in that district anymore, right? I am not in District 29.
So they redistricted?
Yes, and that is Sylvia Garcia's district. So that's my congressman now, right? So I have to educate my people. That's my program. People where I live on Cypress with a state just for seniors, 55 and older. So they don't know. So I have to educate them. Now we in the 29th district. Sylvia Garcia is our congressman. No longer 18th Congressional District. And you know Chris Menifee Menifee just won. So he is the congressman for the 18th Congressional District. But I fought for that 18th Congressional District most of my life. Well, half of my life, right? I'm 75, so I fought half of my life, right, for that district. So that is something that I have to educate my people on, and we talk about it. So on Saturday, we had our Zoom call, our Zoom every month for people to come on, and we just facilitate services if somebody needs some services, mental health, or somebody may need housing or something. I had my niece on. She talked about helping people get housing and all that. But that's so important, though. So I had Reverend Chris Bell to come on because he works with the polling at the polls, right? So them come to explain to everybody that was on the call. We had about 36 people on the call. I want them to explain to them, right? Because a lot of people is confused, right? So that meant that March 3rd, we'll be voting whatever candidate that we want to see in 2027, right? That's what we're voting for March 3rd, right? Because Cynthia Garcia is our congressman right now. She's an incumbent. So we'll decide, we'll vote for her or whoever's running against her. I know they say Jarvis Johnson is running against her, right? So we'll decide on who we want to vote for. But the people are really confused in the 18th Congressional District, right? Because now Chris Menifee is the congressman up until December. But if he doesn't, he got to go right into campaigning again, right? Because if he doesn't win the primary, right, then he won't be congressman in 2027. And I hope I explained that right because
You did.
I'm listening because my godson, Ron Reynolds, he says, Mama Scott, this is the way it go. Because I said, okay, well, we're going to talk about it on Saturday. So we talked about it, and Chris, is because, and I hope I did that right. It is, they have to vote. I mean, he's right now campaigning.
Right.
For March 3rd, right? He just won the election and he got to win another one.
Yeah, so it was he
Right.
doing like filling up a part-time seat.
Right.
For like 9
Position.
months.
He's finishing out Congressman
Turner's
Sylvester
position.
Turner's seat,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
But then you know what happened when they drew the lines, you guys. That meant that they combined some districts, right? So that meant that Al Green district moved over to the what?
18th.
The 18th Congressional District. So that means that Al Green will be running for the 18th Congressional District. It's crazy. I'm
So,
telling you, it's crazy.
Come March, he'll be running for.
Come March 3rd, he'll be running for the 18th Congressional District. See, that's what was confusing. Yes.
Yeah, is that your district? too?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, awesome.
That's my district.
18th? Okay.
18th your district.
That's my district.
Well, Al Green will be, and Al Green and Chris. I don't know who else running, but that's the way it works. They shift over and they moved us kind of a little bit more east, right, and not west. Because west will move. So yes. So and I thank you, my son. I thank Ron for explaining it to me because I've been out of it and not been on TV as much. But I
We're
want
going to have him to come on so he can really go into
Yeah,
depth and
he'll
detail.
probably come on next week, a day that he's available. We'll have a special day and come on and explain it to us because a lot of the people are still confused about this because they think that Chris, he's going to be the congressman to December. But after December, if he don't win, he will no longer be in that office, right? Even though I still have a heart for that office, you guys. No matter who's in an office, my organization started in that office 26 years ago, right? I started at my 501 nonprofit organization in 1919 Smith Street.
Is that where you started?
Yeah, that's what 1990 Smith Street. Yeah, I was a student at Lone Star College, but I was an intern in the congressman's office.
Wow.
And
when I met Miss Scott, she just brought me right on in.
Yes.
I don't know who introduced us.
No, your mama, I ain't nothing to do. I was that girl.
No,
I know you. You was a little girl.
No, I didn't know you when I called.
But I knew you.
But somebody down here introduced me to you. We got to talking.
I said, girl, I said, your mom is my friend. I've been
you and my mom
been
grew
friends
up
for
together.
60 years, right?
Exactly.
Girl, I know you.
Really?
You didn't have to introduce me.
Yes.
They did, but I said, I already know her.
And then when I met Miss Scott, I became like her other daughter. She called me anytime, day or night. She don't care. She knows I'm a morning person.
This woman been here for 26 years. Ever since I started organization, she been here.
She the only woman can make me get up.
I said, where's your mama? I don't care who leave me or whatever, but Cynthia Allen is going to be here. I just called her mama. When I can't get her,
yeah, she don't call my mom. Yeah.
Call her.
Dr. Spelman called you, looking for you.
I said, where are you? Call her mama up. Yeah. But her mama is a sweetheart. You guys got to meet her. But I can't get her to come and anything. She said, you don't need me. I got my daughter. They're taking care of you. You don't need me. But anyway, I just wanted to say that. And we want to close out, and this was just a message that we wanted to get out today. And before I close, I always wanted and asked people to learn a little bit about environmental and climate justice, because I'm an advocate for environmental and climate justice. Is that you guys know that I grew up in Missouri County, and I went through a lot of things. I came down with breast cancer at an early age, and really then I had a blood disorder that my brother had to give me a blood transfusion from 5 to 12 years old. And I kind of grew out of it for my life. I'd say my life. And I didn't really understand it. Back then, I thought they was punishing me. I thought I was being bad. I said, I won't be bad tomorrow. I don't have to go get no needle shot. I won't be bad. Right. But it was that is because pollution, you guys, you have to know what's around you and what's in your back door. Because breathing pollution is not good. No. Once you know what's in the air, then you know how to take care of yourself. Because, it's our right to breathe clean air, drink healthy water, and live in a healthy and safe environment. And that's what I teach my kids and their parents. But us, we have to know what's wrong. We have to know what EPA is. We have to know what TCEQ is. We have to know LNG. We have to know all these acronyms. Because there's a lot of the mothers that I work with, kids with disabilities. A lot of them have asthma. They have autism. So it's just to be able to educate yourself. Go and read up on what is EPA, what is LNG, what is TCEQ. And that is TCEQ. You can go and testify. Some you don't like and whatever, you can go and testify, right? For that. So during a session, I spend a lot. I'm telling you, during a session, for 5 months, I'm in Austin. I spend my time in Austin, but I'm fighting for kids with disabilities. I'm fighting for environmental justice, and I'm fighting for homeless people, right? And I'm fighting for those young women and those women out there being trafficked, and I fight for that every time. So I just want to say that every time that I'm here, I want to let you know that we try to educate as much as we can while we're on the show and try to answer as many questions. So that was a question that was gave to me. You have to give me the question early, right? You can call and give it to Miss Johnson, which is my office manager. You can call Miss Flores, which is the assistant office manager, and they take care of everything. And they'll let you know, I want Miss Scott to talk about this issue on the show tomorrow. And I will do that. All righty?
That's nice.
Well, I just want you to say, Ms. Brenda, you want to close out and say something to what you want to say to your audience and give them your number, your email, and your website so they can go and find you, okay?
I would like everyone to know that if you guys are in need or if you are in trouble and just want to talk to someone, I am available to speak 24 hours a day.
Okay.
If I do not answer, you can leave a message or text me at 832-656-8661, or you can reach me at my email at sugarbaby, SUGARBABEE 003 at gmail.com, or you can reach us at www.sugarbaby24hoursafe.org.
All right.
Thank you.
All righty. Go ahead, Dr.
Okay,
Allen.
well, before we get ready to close out, I want to say, Dr. Simmons, we want to thank you for coming in this morning and sharing all this valuable
information.
A lot of knowledge, and I'm hoping that if anyone is out there that is in need and may need your services, that they get in contact with you. Now let me talk a little bit about Safe Communities.
Okay.
Our membership program. You can become a member. It's only $10 a month. Either it's $120 or $60 for half a year.
Right.
I have mine automatically withdrawn out of my account. It's only $10 a month. I don't miss it.
The checks come to the office every month.
I don't miss it at all. So that's my way of supporting the organization.
Yes.
But if you would like to become a member, please go to safe4communities.org. And please, because this right now, with the government cutting a lot of funds, nonprofit organizations are really, really struggling right now.
Yes,
so it is very important that you support Dr. Simmons' organization, Dr. Scott's organization, or any nonprofit organization that you know that are trying to do something that's good and positive in the community to help somebody else.
Right.
So please support those nonprofit organizations. And I'm just so excited to be a part of Safe Communities. I've been a part of it for many, many years.
20-some years.
20. And also, I'm a part of Dr. Simmons' organization. I didn't know a lot about domestic violence until I joined her organization, too. But I feel empowered being able to support these type of organizations, because I see where they're actually making a big difference in the community.
Yes.
And so I'm just honored to be among you great women.
And I just want to say, Miss Brenda, she's like a daughter to me as well. So I love supporting her because she does great work. So we always just put her in our budget, right,
Yes,
to be able to support each year. So that's what we should do. If there's an organization
say
that's
something
dear
else
to your
before we
heart,
go.
you need to put them in your budget. Go ahead,
Thank
daughter.
you, Miss Scott. I just have to say this. I am so proud and just honored to be a part of your organizations.
Right.
And the help that you help. She didn't know Dr. Simmons. I introduced her to
Yeah, I
Dr.
did.
Simmons, and I was just kind of sharing some information with her. And she just like took her under her wing.
Yes.
And she supported her
Yep.
financially. Whatever she needs to do, but not only her organization. There's a lot of organizations. Miss Scott is well known throughout this city. I'll say this: she's the only woman I know that's ever been able to go to the White House and get what she wants.
Right.
So I'm gonna have to learn how to go to Austin with her to see her really in action.
Yes, I did. That was back, and that was
Yeah.
that was back. I don't know. That might be 2012, but
Which
anyway.
president was that?
No, it was president.
Clinton?
It was the Secretary of Labor, the Labor Department. I went.
Okay.
He was he was Secretary of Labor, Thomas Perez, right? Thomas Perez. So, they was getting ready to move Doris over. It said Department of Labor, but they didn't move it there. So we went there. It was about 12 of us went there, and nobody budged and all, right? So they left, and I said, you know what? I said, I'm gonna stay in Austin. I said, I'm gonna talk to that Secretary of State, Secretary of the United States of America. Okay, so I went. Well, I stayed in Austin by myself. Everybody left. Everybody came back to Houston. I stayed. So the next morning I got up and I went to Secretary of State office, Dr. Thomas Perez. So when I went there as chief of staff, I forgot the young man's name, but he called. When I went to the office in the White House, he said, "Ma'am, do you have an appointment?" I said, "No, I don't have no appointment." He said, "Well, I want you to know you cannot just walk in a Secretary of Labor, United States of America in office without an appointment." I said, "Oh, okay." He said, "Because he is busy all day." And I said, "What? Guess what? I'm free all day." And he looked at me. He said, "Okay." I kept saying, "I'm free." I said, "I can wait. It doesn't matter." I said, "I need to ask him a question." So he said, "Ma'am, hold on." He kept me sitting there for about almost an hour, about 45 minutes. So he came out from office and he said, "Ma'am," begged for me. He said, "Come on, follow me." So he's walking down the hall in Washington, and I said, "Sir, where are we going? Because I need to know. He can take me down there to firing squad to shoot me or something." I didn't know where we was going because I done come in there and interrupt their day, right? Because I'm coming over there without an appointment. He said, "Ma'am," he said, "I'm taking you to meet Thomas Perez, the Secretary of the United States of America." Okay, all right. He said, "Went to this room. There's about 300 people in this room." And so I said, "Well, how?" I said, "Well, how you gonna know who I am?" He said, "Ma'am, he know who you are."
Wow.
He know you.
So everybody left. Some people left. So then one of his bodyguards or whoever they was up there, so they begged for me to come up. So he came off stage. I was standing right there, and I said, "My name is Dabang." He said, "I know who you are." Okay. All right. Well, I just want to say this bill that they're trying to pass to move Doris over to Department of Labor. I said, I think they'll lose some funding. And he stopped me. He said, "Who do you think you are? You come up here and telling me what to do, and you ain't have no appointment." I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry." He scared me to death, you guys. I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I said, "I'm so sorry." I was holding my heart up. I said, "I'm so sorry." I said, "No." I said, "You are the Secretary of State, Secretary of Labor, United States of America. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm just giving you my heart, just telling you what I said. I'm a woman with a disability." He said, "You have a disability?" I said, "Yes." I said, "But it's hidden." I said, "Everything look good ain't good." He said, so he told the Secret Service man, he said, "Y'all hear?" She said she didn't look good. I said, "Ain't what I said." So he said, "Ma'am," he's come over and he told him, "Get me a picture with her." He said, "Because I don't ever want to forget her." So he took a picture with me, and then I said, "Oh, I said, when I go back to Houston, they're not going to believe me. I said, man, I get a picture on my phone, so he let me get a picture on my phone. That phone is somewhere, but I got a picture of Thelma Scott and Secretary of Labor, United States of America, right?
Okay.
And I went up to the White House and got a meeting with that appointment.
That only you could do.
But only God.
Only you.
God. I came back and I went and I told the Congresswoman, said, girl, no, you didn't. I said, yes, I did. I said, he saw me. She said, you're amazing. He said, that was your lucky day. Right. She said, amazing. So, yeah, so God has been good through all of my life. I thank God. And I love what I do. I love helping these kids, and I love helping their parents, whatever they need to try to facilitate that. I think that's so important. But Cynthia and I are going to talk about what we do, because we like to work with our kids every month, though, but we help them with their mental health, right? And we want to let them know that we love them and we're here for them. Okay, Cynthia?
Okay, and if you know anyone that's feeling sad or depressed or even suicidal, please ask them to call this number 988, and they can receive help. It's a 24-hour day number, so they can call, and someone will be there to assist them with anything they might need.
Yes, there's so much going on in the world today. Parents, ask your kid every day. We only do this once a month. When your kids come home, you can ask them every day or every week. Ask them, what made you sad this week and what made you happy? Ask them that, because you'll be surprised. Because when we have our virtual call, you'll be surprised what the kids put in the chat, right? So you need to talk to your kids, parents, and ask them, what made you happy today? What made you sad? That's important. I'm just telling you, parents, do that. It's very important to do that. And the kids, because we had 2 of our students last year that was suicide ideations, and we want to let them know, that we love them, we're here for them, and always call that 988 number. If you feel depressed and feel this depressed and anxiety is taking over, please call that 988. There's always someone behind that number to help you, all right? Thank you so much. And I just want to say, we say always, Radio Dabang love you, Safe Communities love you.
Cynthia Allen and C. Allen Productions love you.
Dr. Simmons and Sugar Baby 24 Hour love you.
All righty. And guess what we do? It ain't nothing you can do about it. Hey. Have a wonderful and blessed week, and tell somebody you love them and smile. All righty.
That's right.
Bye-bye. See you next week.
See you next week. Same time, same place. All righty.
That's right.
Oh, thank you. You're amazing. Ooh.